Hey, hi, how are you? There's no doubt that was terrible, and likely an episode that young lady won't soon forget. However, there was no reason for that to happen. Not just the fact there was no reason for that man to attack that young woman, but this could have been prevented, or at minimum, the risk of it occurring significantly reduced. Now, before you keyboard warriors start pounding away, let me say I'm not blaming anyone. Certainly not that unfortunate victim, or neither is this a social discourse on the ills of downtown Calgary. What I'm saying is there's a method that you can utilize to prevent you from experiencing a similar event. Just some quick background. This whole episode occurred here in Calgary last Sunday. Once again, it was no doubt horrific for that young lady to be a victim of a senseless crime. So let's take another quick look. Yep, quick and brutal. That assailant has been caught, by the way, and charged, and the judicial process is underway. Thank you also to Global News for that piece of footage. Like I said, I'm not going to make it a commentary about why crime is increasing or why drug use is rampant or anything else like that. Or I would end up going off on a rant and this video would be a whole lot longer than it needs to be. So I'm not going to do that. But to prevent or reduce your risk of events like this one occurring, you have to practice situational awareness. Now, I explained this in length in another video, and there's going to be a link in the description, and I'll leave one also at the end of this video, so if you want to learn more, you can check those links out. But for this video, let's keep things as simple as possible. It's about your safety. Y.O.U.R safety. I've had to investigate a lot of incidents in the past, and you know what? Situational awareness or your safety, without a doubt, would have prevented them. Of course, trying to instill the idea of situational awareness has proved to be difficult. I found I really needed to find a better method of explaining the principle of situational awareness. So simplicity is key here. I created this principle to make it easy to practice and hopefully easy to understand and remember. And remember that concept of situational awareness. My end hope was to prevent workplace accidents or instances similar to the one that you just watched occurring. Now, when used, this process can reduce the possibility of becoming a victim. So let's get on with it. Now, the first thing you have to do is yield. Yield to your surroundings. That means you have to get rid of distractions like your cell phone. Put it in your pocket. Zip it up. Get rid of the earbuds. You need to be on the lookout for potential hazards and potential threats. And you can't do that if your two most needed senses are impaired. Next, you need to observe your immediate surroundings and the surrounding environment. Start by scanning your surrounding area. Look at the people around you. Consider them. Consider who's too engrossed in their cell phones. But also look around for the people that might be a threat. They're the ones that are looking at you, sizing you up, and also looking at your belongings. They might even be scanning your potential escape routes, so take note of them. In fact, make sure that they see you taking note of them. Next, you have to understand the hazards, the threats, and how your environment is either going to help you or impair you. Ask yourself, do you have an escape route? More than one escape route. Using that previous video clip as an example, it wasn't that bad outside. Was there a need to go into the shelter, and a shelter with no escape route, and in a corner? So look around at where you are. Okay, understand where you are. Ask yourself, do I need to be right here? Can I move somewhere else? Finally, this is the R part, you have to react. You've yielded to your surroundings. You've ensured no distractions. You've observed. You've understood your environment, including the ways that, well, you might need to use to get the heck out of there. It's time to react. And that might mean going back into the store you just came from, or back into the school, or wherever it is to find a safe area, so be it. Do that. Even if it means missing a bus or a train, it might even mean leaving the environment altogether. And let's be serious. If you miss your bus or your train, a little inconvenience sure beats getting injured or worse. If you miss your bus or train, it's better to be late than hurt or worse. So there, that's it. Next time you're on a crowded train platform, or at a crowded public gathering, or simply in a group of strangers, yield to your surroundings. Lose the distractions. Observe your environment and who's in it. Understand the hazards and the threats, but also your escape routes, and then react accordingly. Understanding that a little sacrifice or inconvenience may just prevent injury or worse. Now, if you want to see a longer video explaining more, you can check out this video up here. And of course, there's additional links in the description. I want you to remember, safety leadership is about understanding your environment around you and reacting accordingly. So please be a safety leader and practice your safety. Okay, take care. Bye for now.